I gave you my heart.
Guys, welcome back to my channel, guys. Happy new year to each and every single one of you guys. So I'm back on my normal grind, and I am here in a town called Katrineholm to see one of the most beautiful castles in Sweden, which is called Sundby Castle, or slot in Swedish. I also want to say to you guys, thank you to each and every one of you that has contributed to my channel for me to reach a milestone to my channel, which is 500 subscribers. And I also want to thank my 500 subscriber, Muhammad Tam Nabi. I'm sorry if I mess up your name, but thank you so much for being my 500 subscriber. Thank you to each and every one that is subscribed to my channel. It's a beautiful day here in Sweden, guys, and the sun is out. I mean, this lake right here, it's frozen. So we're about to go and see this wonderful, one of Sweden's most beautiful castle. Thanks again, guys. And please, to each and every one of you, please take the time to subscribe to my channel. Please take the time to like the videos. Please take the time to comment, or share the videos. I do put a lot of work into this to bring you guys this content and also to see these places. So thank you so much to everyone who's contributed and to everyone who wants to contribute. I really appreciate it. So we're just walking out to this little old deck here on top of this lake. Well, the wood planks are like making noise, guys. So yeah, you can see the lake is completely frozen, and here you have one of the most beautiful castles in Sweden. This is called STORA SUNDBY slot, and it is one of the most beautiful castles here in Sweden. This is a view from the other side of the lake, and we're gonna go around, because there's properties. All these properties here belong to the family who lives here. So this castle has been in private ownership ever since it was built. It still is in private ownership, and there's a family who actually currently live in this castle, and they also own a farm next door or close by. They own a whole bunch of things. So we're gonna get a little closer so you guys can see it, and I'll tell you the story about this castle. I've never been one on the history of these places, but I think for 2022 and going forward, I'm doing my research so I can tell you guys a little bit about it. I won't go in depth. One of the coolest things, I'm not gonna go any further because this ice is not that frozen. But one of the coolest things about Sweden in the wintertime in the frozen lakes is that you can hear the lake. The lake is actually singing. It's like a hum, like a woo, 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 woo. It's so nice. This view through the trees, with the sunlight and everything, I mean, it is just so beautiful, guys. I mean, you know what I always say about a beautiful day in Sweden? It is a beautiful day in Sweden. Look at that. That's like a postcard. I mean, I think this little bridge right here is one of the most beautiful things, and a lot of the well, not a lot of the properties, but these properties here, some of them are leased out. They're still owned by the family as well, and people live in them or people can rent them. And also, if you go hunting, they have, like, in the summer or spring, I believe it is, you can actually book, a hunting tour for a day, for a week. And if you do book one of the hunting tours, you actually get to stay in the castle. And they also do tours of the castle, but being it is a private home, the tours are limited to, it has to be a minimum of 20 people before you can actually book a tour of the castle itself. Wow, guys, oh my gosh, I mean, seriously, here's another view of this castle, and I mean, this is one of the most beautiful castles that I've been to. The only other one that I really love, and I think it's more to me like a home, is Strom's home, the one you guys saw in one of my last videos. But this castle, funny fact about this is called, this castle was after the calendar, meaning that basically it has 365 windows, 52, I believe it was rooms. Guys, don't quote me on this. Like I said, I'm not a historian, but it is one of the most beautiful castles I've seen from this view. And what you can see over here, it is sitting right in front of this giant lake. You know, we were standing on that side over there when we showed you guys in the last video. But I mean, look at this. We're gonna try our best to get as close as possible to the castle to give you more shots, but it is closed because it's a private home. So they only open, I believe, through May to August. So we're gonna try and walk around to see if we can get closer to it so we could give you guys some better views. But I mean, look at the towers. It has 4 towers as well for each week in the month or something like that. But I'll get it a little bit more clearer. But you guys could also go on their website, you know, and see all the information here. But I mean, look at those towers up there, guys. That is just so beautiful. Look at this here, guys. Look at this home. This is also one of the homes that are on this property where the castle is located. I mean, this thing is so beautiful. Look at the yellows, the reds. Oh my gosh, you know me, guys. I'm like, if you could feel my heart right now, my adrenaline's pumping. You know, when I see beautiful homes like this, it's just, I mean, wow. I mean, just this by itself is enough for me. I mean, who the hell needs a castle? This would be my castle. And I also love, you know how the creeper plants are growing on the wall, and then you see the red windows, and I mean, someone lives in this house, you know. I won't get any closer, but I mean, this place is just absolutely gorgeous. And I love the fact, you know, I've always been a fan of homes that you can actually just drive your car and just park your car right in front of your house and open your door and walk inside your house. I've always been a fan of homes like that. And this place just speaks to me. I mean, look at the, you know, I wouldn't even paint this house. I just love the way that the paint looks weathered, you know. And I mean, yes, you want to touch up the corners over there, but I just love how the paint looks weathered. I mean, what a beautiful home, guys. This is the entrance to the castle, guys. I mean, I just love this fence that they have over here, and it goes all the way down there, which we're gonna go take a walk around because they breed animals here as well. So, and as I mentioned before, you can actually go on a hunting trip if you want, because I mean, this place it's huge, guys. You know, it's a castle, so you know there's acres upon acres upon acres upon acres. You know, they have their own forest. That's how big it is. So we just passed some hunters who rented the cabin for the weekend, and they're gonna go hunting. But we're gonna head inside and get you guys some closer shots of this. I mean, guys, I'm so happy to be back doing this stuff because I get so excited when I see these things. And we're getting closer to this home. And one of the groundskeepers we just spoke to told us that the family's home. So, you know, some of the areas are going to be closed off to the public, but I'm going to try and get as close as possible and around this castle so I can bring you guys the wonderful views. Look at this one here. I just love the front area of this building. And, you know, look at that, the little circle on the top. Look at those windows. I'm just going to get a little bit closer. And I just, again, love that weathered look on that yellow paint. It is just so absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that, guys. Look at the top half over there and then the bottom. I mean, and look at this door. It just makes you want to go back to that time, you know, and just see these things. It's just, I love this stuff. Look at this shot right here, guys. Look at that, the sun in the background. Look at the door. So this, in the summertime, would be the entrance to the cafe. So they open the cafe in the summertime, but you know, obviously it's winter, so it's closed. But that shot with the sun in the background, that door and everything, wow. So we're getting closer to this beautiful castle here. This is, we're now in the middle of the entrance. So, you know, if it was in the past, you know, back there through those gates, you know, whatever, a wagon or whatever would enter, and then you would come through this beautiful scenic drive all the way up to the castle with these trees. So of course it's winter time now, so there are no leaves on the trees, but I also think it's really beautiful and fantastic to actually see it also at this time of the year. And the great part of it is that there's no snow, and even if there was snow, it would have been even better, you know. And over here there's also another little lake. The designer of this house was from England, and his name was Peter Frederick Robinson. So the story of this castle is there was the original person who built this was a very wealthy count, and at the time he was Sweden's wealthiest man. So his lady that he had, she wanted a home where they lived before. I'm just making this short. Anyone else you want to elaborate in detail, please do so. She wanted to live in a home that is close to a lake, you know, and this lake, I forgot the name of it. So therefore, long story short, he commissioned the design for the architect to do. The architect came up with the design of this castle as you see it. So as I mentioned before, this castle was designed to represent a calendar. So there are 365 windows that I know. I believe there are about 52 rooms. Someone else can correct me on that. Then there is 4 towers, as you see at the top. There are 4 towers at the top. So I believe those represent each week in a month. Maybe I'm wrong. So I mean, aside from that, anybody please feel free to comment. Yes, I can go on Google, but at the same time, I'm just showing you what I see, and I don't want to be a historian. I just want you guys to see the beauty of this wonderful castle. So again, the family is home now. They are there. They live here throughout the year. It's been in their ownership. I believe it was until 1937, if I'm correct. But again, someone else can quote me on that. But I mean, guys, look at this thing. It is just, I mean, it is epic. It is just unbelievably epic. And, you know, being at that their home, you know, we can't walk in there. So we're only going to be able to bring you guys the footage from the outside, you know. So I'm going to try and get around the castle, but, you know, I think this might just be as far as we can go. And in the summertime, again, the tours, if anyone is thinking of doing a tour, you know, it's going to be, you have to be at least 20 people in order to book a tour of this house. But I mean, guys, I'm just going to give you guys just all the views of this place. I suspect this is as close as we'll probably be able to get to it. But look at it, guys. Look at the towers up there. I mean, look at those towers. Look at the colors. Look at the windows on the top, right under the towers. And the way there's like that diagonal windows, and around the windows, you know, you see that like that swirly pattern. I mean, wow, this is, I mean, this, I can only imagine what the inside is like. And I am very happy to hear that there's an actual family who still inhabit this beautiful home. I mean, if anyone is watching this who knows this family, please send a request to them for me. You know, I'm not the biggest YouTuber, but I really appreciate things like this. It would be a joy to go inside this home and just document some of the treasures. Can you imagine? Because some of the most, I would say, collectible and beautiful treasures lie in castles like this that are in private hands. You know, a lot of the stuff that we see in the public is still good, but just imagine the things that lie within this home. I mean, I'm speechless. One of the other things, again, guys, as I mentioned before, I just love the fence, you know, that goes around the castle next to the water. And what I've noticed just now, you know, one of the sad things about homes like this, as you guys can see, I mean, the place, you can tell by looking at the walls that it definitely needs some restoration. Even if you look up at the top over there, where you see those 2 towers on the left, you can see here, you know, is the paint is coming off. And also there's in the windows, some of the windows on the top are cracked, like they're broken. So whatever that's inside the castle, that means the elements are getting inside. And we know from when we watch shows about the castles in England, what happens when you have homes this large and you don't maintain them. Once the elements get inside, then it, tears the walls, destroys the walls, destroys the floors. Eventually you might have floors caving in on you. So, I mean, I'm sure this family has the money. I mean, they own properties upon properties and estates. So it would be nice if they, would just restore the place, because it's just a shame to see beautiful, grand homes like this in disrepair. But, nevertheless, it is a beautiful castle. As you can see, this is now the side of the castle. We were at the front of the castle. And I mean, it's just every single angle of this place is breathtaking. Let me just stop for a second just so you guys can see. I mean, it is breathtaking. You can see from the front side here to the right, that they use that, you can see, as probably bedrooms. You see the curtains, you see the Christmas candles there. And I mean, look up at the top, guys. It definitely needs some restoration, as you can see, with the paint coming off. But I'm telling you guys, just standing here looking at this structure and thinking that there's a family that inhabit this place is just, I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, yes, I've seen big homes, but just the grandeur of this place. And if to think about this place in the heydays when it was built and people came, and there was functions and parties and birthdays, births, children who grew up here. It's like, it would be like wonder, if, like they always say, if these walls can talk, I'd love to hear the stories of this place. And then again, that view. And this is the back of the castle, guys. So they've got this fenced off, so you can't go around there because also, again, it's private. But I mean, it is beautiful. But when you come back here is when you really get to see the amount of restoration that this place needs. I mean, I could only imagine the cost, of restoring this whole entire place. But again, this family has it, so that's the back of the castle. And this is the lake right over here. I mean, I could imagine also in the summertime how beautiful this place is. But there you have it, guys. That's the other side of the castle. Again, unfortunately, we're not able to go inside or, go around to get any better shots of this place. But nevertheless, it is a beautiful, fantastic, grand home. I really, really hope and pray and wish that they renovate this place so that it can shine in its glory as it used to be before. And we're crossing this beautiful old little bridge on the property, going over, this little lake that goes into the larger lake. And we're walking into the forest. This is, again, a part of their property. So the guys we saw, the hunters earlier, as I mentioned, they breed deers, and they have, it's like a whole bunch of different animals that are on this property. But again, you guys can definitely make good use of Google, and that will give you all the information. Walking through the forest, looking at the sights. Now we're coming up on another bridge here. And there's a stone up there, because they also said that, there's some, I don't know, I guess like historic stones that were set there, from, I don't know, centuries upon centuries and centuries ago. And that looks like one of them up there. Wow, look at this view. It's just, this is beautiful. I mean, look at that, guys. It's just it's like a memory of a king. Like, I just feel like, yeah, there's a king in there, with their family. It's just like, look at the towers with the sun on behind it and the color of the sky. Wow, guys. Yes, Sweden is beautiful in the wintertime, people. There's still a lot of things to do in Sweden. It doesn't stop with the winter coming. I think it even starts it's just really, really beautiful. I encourage anyone to come to Sweden and do these things. Get outside of Sweden, though. I mean, outside of Stockholm. You know, this town is Katrineholm. This is about 2 hours and 20 minutes, give or take. If you go through the city, we took the countryside way because it's more beautiful and scenic. But if you go through the city, it's about an hour and 48 minutes or so. You know, granted, there's no traffic. So, but definitely, guys, even if you're Swedish and you're watching this, because I get a lot of you guys that comment and say, oh, thank you for doing that, you know, it makes me want to go see it. Get outside. For, you know, there's some of us that can't, so I'm glad I'm here to be able to bring you guys this content for the people who can't. But for the ones who can, get outside and do it. Live. Look at this, guys. we've walked from over there, and we got over here on this mount, and I mean, look at that. You just can't make this up, guys. You cannot make this up. I mean, this is picture perfect. Look at the sun in the background. Look at how the sun hits the lake, and then you see the castle over there. And like I said, guys, if you're standing here right now, oh man, this is the most nostalgic thing. And then right over here, so they fenced this whole area off because, like I mentioned before, like they own like a freaking forest of I don't know how many hundreds of acres. So you know, it's forever. So there's a gate right there. So this is for the hunters. So the guys we saw earlier, once you know, whatever game you want, I think over here is deer, and then on the other side over there there's something else, and there's other areas where there are other animals that you can hunt. So over here is this thing called a rune stone. So basically, what is a rune stone?
Yeah, it's an inscription. That's a memory stone. Often there's a man that does this stone to the memory of his father and brother, and as this stone is, it's inscribed from the 1000th century actually. So it says it's basically for the memory of my dad and my brother, something like that.
So basically, some of the original founders of this castle, erected this rune stone, you know, as you heard, in memory of the dad or, you know, a loved one or something like that. It's really old though. This is something that used to be done in the past, and you know, as you guys can see, I mean, this is just a sight to behold within itself, with the castle, you know, right there. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this shot. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is just, I just love doing stuff like this. I really love doing stuff like this. My dream one day is to be able to make a spaceship that can travel through the galaxy faster than light, so I can discover these things on other planets too. So if any of you guys have a spaceship, definitely pick me up. This is another view of the castle from here. And over there, as you can see, hunting grounds as well. So they raise also sheep here, so sheep and deer and stuff like that. But this is the castle here. So guys, we saw a really beautiful church, and we're gonna head over there right now. So you know, we can't get much of this castle, you know, so we're gonna head over to the church while we still have some beautiful sunlight here, so you guys can see that too. So I also wanted to add, because I know I messed up the name in the beginning, it's STORA Sundby Park for anyone who's watching this who wants to come here. During the winter, you can still come, you know, on a beautiful day like this. There's horses, sheep, deer, the beautiful STORA Sundby castle, you know, I mean, tons of trails to walk through. I mean, you can go forever back there. So just so you guys know, STORA Sundby Castle, excellent, absolutely beautiful home. This is the stables where they keep animals and horses. This was built in 1843. I love that bell tower on the top up there. That is just so beautiful. And again, those doors and those lamps, those two lamps that stick out like that, I just love that. And look at these beautiful horses over here, guys. Look at them. Wow. Look at that little one over there. So cute. But these are beautiful, man. Look at them. I love horses. And there's another stone, but I don't think that's one of those older ones. It's just a stone that's there. Oh man, look at this. I just love the beauty of Sweden. You know, just standing here in this moment. And also, you know, another fact is there's no tourist anywhere. You know, it's not that height of the season in summer where there's tourists all over the place. It's just like you're here and all I can hear is just the sound of the wind, which is not that much, but and also the ice cracking on the lake and looking at Sundby Guard, STORA Sundby Guard over there and these horses in front. I mean, I live for moments like this. This little guy over here, or lady, is one of the most beautiful little things. Look, if you guys could see it up close, the fur is just so beautiful. And underneath the belly, it's like the color changes. If you can see that on the camera. And yeah, he or she is very curious. Is coming over. Wow. So beautiful. So there you have it, guys. You see this beautiful fence right here, going all the way around with the sunlight on it. There you have it. That's STORA Sundby Castle. So guys, here's the other destination that I really wanted to catch. I saw this on the way in, but unfortunately they're not open today. They had a baptism and then it was closed after that. So unfortunately I won't be able to go inside, but I can bring you guys the footage of what it looks like on the outside. And I think even with the sunshine, I mean, this place just looks absolutely beautiful. It caught me in my tracks on the way in. This is, you know, in the town of Katrina home. You know, it's kind of, you know, a Debbie Downer that I won't be able to go inside because, you know, that's the key part of visiting these churches is to see some of the beautiful paintings and the treasures that lie inside. But nevertheless, the outside is still fantastic, still stunning. I'm gonna make my way around this building and try and bring you guys some different shots of the church itself. I think this is another beautiful view of that bell tower from this angle, looking this way. And I love the door over here. You know, you guys know I'm a fan of that stuff. I love this door area. And it's like, you know, it's one thing to show it on video. It's another thing to actually be here, standing here and looking at this. It does say that the church was built, or what I assume it says is the church was built in 1849, but there is a number above the lamp. You see there that seems that it says something else. It's Konung Oscar something something. Under must say something like under king something, but this, I just love views like this, you know, just a door, that tree in front going up. I mean, I just love it. And you know, you walk from this path, as you can see, it's just nothing but field there. You just walk on this path, and I'm assuming this would be back then the entrance into the church. There's another door on the other side as well. Here's another view from this side with the sun over there. And I'm gonna try to make my way around here. I love those windows, the way they are. And I also love that little circle there. You know, it's just a bummer not being able to go inside, but you know, it is what it is. This is the side of the church. I mean, there's not much to see, so I'm not going to go any further down there. There's a reason also why I stopped here, and I actually bumped into this reason. So this, out of all the graves that you see here, right? All the graves, this, you know, you can look around, all the graves, and then you come up on this behemoth right here, right almost, you know, towards the front. So this is the family plot of these guys owned the castle you guys just saw, STORA Sundby Guard. They were owners of the castle at some point in the castle's history. So the guy's name is Carl Blatzar Ernst von Platten. Now that's a name. And you know, there's Stephen Von Weddell, and you know, well, who else is here? I can't really see the names that are there, but I can make out. Yeah, so the current owners, I believe, are Klings. Their last name is Klingspor or something like that. So some of their relatives are buried here, and this person died in 2012. They were also owners of the, you know, STORA Sundby and also owners of STORA Sundby today. So yeah, this was something to see, and I mean, there's a reef on it, so I'm sure family members came by. I mean, their castle is right down the block, so this was, yeah, really interesting to see that, you know, even in death, you know, they tried to make their presence still as grand as possible as can be. But one thing we know is we all, regardless of how big this is and how small those are, and the life these guys lived, you saw the life they lived in that castle, right? And who knows what the life these people live. But guess what? We all end up in the same hole. Here's another shot, guys, with that beautiful sun that we've been having today, you know, which is still set on its way down. And then this beautiful shot here of this wonderful church. Guys, listen, made the trip out here because I really wanted to do something special. You know, also, I wanted to see the castle as well. That's been on one of my lists. And there's a few castles here, actually, that I'm going to be dropping on the channel coming up soon. But I really, 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 really want to thank each and every single one of you that have helped me to get to 500 subscribers. That's a milestone for me. It means a lot to me. So guys, please show your love by clicking the like button, clicking the share button, clicking the subscribe button. The subscribe button is very important for me because it's the way, you know, all of it is important for me. It's the way you guys show me your love and your appreciation for the videos that you watch. You know, make a comment, whatever you do, that's your way of giving us YouTubers, or giving back to us YouTubers, to show us that you appreciate it, you know. So thank you guys. I'm very humbled, and I'm very happy, and I look forward to bringing you guys more videos, more good content. Also, let me know what you guys want to see. If there's anything, you know, there's some people that are in other countries. Is there certain issues or what's going on in Sweden that you guys want me to touch on? You know, I was thinking of doing a series of, you know, whatever the issues are, and going in town in Stockholm city and stopping people and asking their opinions and bring it on the channel, you know. So there's so much different things we can do together collectively. So if there's anything you guys want to see, please let me know. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for taking this journey with me. Thanks for taking this trip, and thank you for taking the time out of your life to actually watch my videos. Peace, love, joy, and most important, guys, happiness.
I gave you my heart.